If you're thinking about moving to Littleton, Colorado, this video might actually change your mind. And I don't mean that in a dramatic way. Littleton is beautiful and a lot of people want to live here, but not everyone who moves here ends up loving it. Some people are surprised by the dry air, some struggle with the elevation, and others are shocked by the home prices or even the traffic. These are things many buyers don't really think about until after they move. So in this video, I'm going to share 10 honest reasons why you might not like living in Littleton, Colorado. Not to scare you, but to help you understand what daily life actually looks like. Because if you're relocating from another state, there are some things that might surprise you. Hi, I'm Ewelina, and together with my husband Simon, we help buyers and sellers all across the Denver metro area. We lived here for over 25 years, so this isn't just where we work, it's home. We have a lot of buyers relocating to Colorado from other states, as well as local homeowners who are ready for their next move. Most of the questions we get are really about lifestyle, not just the house itself. And if Colorado is starting to feel like a place you could call home, I also created a relocation guide that explains things like neighborhoods, weather, lifestyle, and a few things people don't always think about before moving. It's free and I will link it below. Now, let's get into the 10 reasons why you might not like living in Littleton, Colorado. Number 1, the dry air is no joke. Let's start with something almost everyone notices right away. Colorado is very dry. Littleton sits at about 5,300 feet above sea level, and the air is much thinner and drier than in many other states. If you're moving from somewhere humid like Florida, Texas, the Midwest, or the East Coast, you will probably feel this right away. Your lips might start cracking and your skin might feel dry. A lot of people end up buying humidifiers for their homes, sometimes one for each bedroom. Eventually, most of us actually love the dry climate because summers don't feel sticky, but not everyone enjoys it at first. You definitely need to drink more water than you think, and lotion becomes part of your daily routine. For some people, it's a small adjustment, but for others, it takes a little time. Number 2, the elevation can affect your body. Another thing that can surprise people after they move is how the elevation can affect their health, especially in the beginning. If you're coming from a place closer to sea level, your body might need a little time to adjust. During the first few weeks, some people feel more tired than usual. Others get light headaches or feel a little short of breath. A lot of people notice this the first time they try to work out. Maybe you go for a run, try hiking, or even just take a long walk, and you'll feel out of breath much faster than you expected. Even something simple like walking upstairs can feel different at first. And here's something funny, but also true. Alcohol feels stronger at this elevation. One glass of wine might feel like 2. Most people adjust within a few weeks and start feeling completely normal again. But if you've never lived at higher elevation before, it's definitely something to be aware of when moving to Colorado. Number 3. It's more expensive than many people expect. Now let's talk about home prices because this is something many people don't fully realize before moving here. Littleton is a very desirable location with great access to the mountains, strong schools, beautiful parks, and a charming downtown area. That's why home prices are higher than many people expect. The average home price in the United States is around $415,000. But in Littleton, the average is usually between $650,000 and $700,000, depending on the neighborhood and the type of home. And in some of the more desirable neighborhoods, it's common to see homes selling well over $1 million or $2 million. Because of that, some people also start looking at other areas like Parker or Castle Rock, where they might find bigger or newer homes for a similar price. Number 4, insurance costs can be high. Colorado property taxes are actually lower than many other states, especially compared to places like Texas or Illinois. But what surprises people is insurance. Homeowners insurance has increased in recent years, mainly because of weather. Colorado gets a lot of hailstorms, and when they happen, they can be intense. And some areas closer to open space or foothills can also have higher wildfire risk depending on the location. For that reason, insurance companies sometimes charge higher premiums to cover things like roof damage from hail or wildfire risk. So while property taxes might seem reasonable, the total monthly housing cost can still surprise some buyers. When people are budgeting for a home, insurance is something they don't always think about at first. Number 5, winters are mild, but they can feel long. Colorado winters are not as harsh as many people expect. We actually get a lot of sunshine even in December and January. You can get a snowstorm one day and bright blue skies the very next day. Like today is actually one of those beautiful sunny days. But what relocation buyers don't always expect is how long winter can feel. For example, you might see the first snow of the season in September or October, and sometimes there can still be snow in late May. That doesn't mean it snows constantly for 8 months. Winter here is more up and down. We might get a snowstorm, and then the next 2 weeks or even longer can be dry with bright blue skies before the next one comes. This also means the growing season here is pretty short. If you like gardening, you will notice that most people don't plant vegetables until late May or early June, because we can still get freezing temperatures at night earlier in the spring. And by September, nights start getting colder again, so many vegetables stop growing. Another thing I've noticed living here for many years is that we don't always have 4 traditional seasons. Some years, spring or fall feel very short, and it almost seems like we go straight from winter into summer or from summer right into winter. The nice part though is that even in winter we still get a lot of sunny days, which many people really love about living in Colorado. Number 6, traffic is getting busier. Colorado has grown a lot over the past decade, and Littleton has changed a lot too. It used to feel a lot quieter, but with more people moving here, there are definitely more cars on the road. Santa Fe Drive during rush hour can get pretty busy, and C470 can back up at times. If you're commuting toward Denver or the tech center, the drive can take longer during peak hours. It's not Los Angeles traffic, but it's also not as easy to get around as it used to. If you work from home, it might not affect you much. But if you commute every day, it's something you'll definitely notice. Another thing to keep in mind is that Littleton is also quite a drive from Denver International Airport. Depending on traffic, getting to DIA can take around 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes even longer. So depending on where you work or how often you travel, driving times are definitely something to think about. Number 7, not all Littleton is actually Littleton. This is something that confuses many people when they start looking at homes here. You can have a Littleton mailing address, but technically live somewhere else. Some homes with a Littleton address are actually located in Arapahoe County, Jefferson County, Douglas County, or even Denver County. That can affect things like property taxes, school districts, city services, and HOA rules. For example, 2 homes might both say Littleton in their address, but one could be in a completely different county or school district than the other. It can only affect things like local regulations, utilities, or how certain services are handled. So even though the mailing address says Littleton, the home might technically belong to a different county or jurisdiction. So many neighborhoods with a Littleton address are actually in an unincorporated county land, meaning they are governed by the county, not the city. Number 8, many homes are older. Littleton has beautiful established neighborhoods with mature trees and strong community feel. But many homes were built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Which means you might notice things like smaller closets, less open floor plans, lower ceilings, or older kitchens. Some homes have been completely remodeled, while others might still need updates. In some cases, things like the kitchen, bathrooms, or systems like the HVAC system might be older and need updating over time. So if you're coming from an area with a lot of brand new construction, some parts of Littleton might feel a little older. At the same time, many people really like these neighborhoods because of the larger lots, mature trees, and the character that newer neighborhoods sometimes don't have. Number 9, it's quiet, maybe too quiet for some. Littleton has a very calm community feel. Many neighborhoods are quiet and residential, and people who live here often enjoy the slower pace. Downtown Littleton is charming with restaurants, coffee shops, and small local businesses that give the area a nice small town feel. But it's not the same as living in downtown Denver. Evenings here are usually pretty quiet. If you're someone who enjoys a lot of nightlife or big city energy every weekend, you might find yourself driving into Denver more often for that. Some people really like the peaceful atmosphere, and others prefer an area with more activity happening late at night. So it really depends on the kind of lifestyle you're looking for. Number 10, the housing market can still be competitive. Because Littleton is such a popular place, well-priced and updated homes can move quickly. Also, if a home is in a great location and priced well, it may not stay on the market very long. Multiple offers can still happen in certain price ranges. Some people think they'll have plenty of time to think about it, but the market doesn't always work that way. Sometimes a home that looks perfect can get a lot of attention right away. That's why preparation really helps. Being pre-approved, understanding the market, and having a clear strategy can make the process much smoother. So, does this mean you shouldn't move to Littleton? Of course not. It just means no place is perfect, and it's important to understand what daily life really looks like before making a move. Littleton offers beautiful views, strong schools, parks, trails, and great access to the mountains. But it also comes with dry air, elevation adjustment, higher home prices, unpredictable winter weather, and growing traffic. The most important thing is finding the place that fits your lifestyle and your budget. Moving to Colorado is exciting, and it's even better when you know exactly what to expect. If you're planning a move and have questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help you figure out if this area is the right fit for you. And if you haven't downloaded my relocation guide yet, I will link it below. It covers daily life, neighborhoods, weather, and things people don't always think about before making a move.